We are talking some Detroit Lions news and rumors. We got a good one for you on this Friday. Again, we're getting close to the NFL draft. On draft night, being at Soaring Eagle Casino in Mount Pleasant. Make sure you guys show up. Be there live with Everything King, Dosa Dion, Herman Moore, Chrissy Zavacar, and more. We're going to have some guests on. It's going to be awesome. We're going to do giveaways, have a great time, live Q&A, fun time. Again, Soaring Eagle Casino on draft night on Thursday. But before we get into today's video, if you are not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button right now. Also, hit that like button. Trying to get to 37,000 subscribers. Let's go ahead and go. We have a big rumor that popped up, and I've been calling for this potentially to happen for a couple of months now. Rumor coming up that Tennessee Titans have called up the Detroit Lions to trade up from 11 to 6. There's many reasons why this would occur and why it makes a ton of sense for both squads. Why this is a big deal and what it means for the Detroit Lions. First off, the Tennessee Titans need to get a quarterback. It is something that they're looking to do. They're going to be aggressive. We've heard rumors they've called up all the way to 3 to get a quarterback. They don't believe that Tannehill is the future for their franchise. So they have to trade up to get a young quarterback to be the future of the franchise. Thus, i.e., trading up with the team to get it. Because the idea that one of these quarterbacks, whether it be Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson, or Will Levis being available at 11 is extremely unlikely. It is absolutely unlikely. So for them to get it, you would have to trade up. Let me know in the comment section right now. It's going to be the pin comment for this video. Would you trade back from 6 to 11? Y for yes and N for no. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Would you do a trade up? For me, I would, and I'm going to tell you why I would do that. If the Lions decide to stand pat and just select a player like a Devin Witherspoon or a Christian Gonzalez, a player of that caliber, great chance one of those guys is going to be available at pick 11. Really good chance that that's going to be the case. So if they would like to get the same player at 11 that you or at 6 you get at 11, you might as well trade back. You get more draft capital, whether it be a pick this year or probably more likely a pick next year, and which is good. And you save money by pretty much getting the same player at 6 at 11 because it's a different pay scale when you move back. So for the Lions to take this trade, it makes a lot of sense. That's why you really want one of these quarterbacks in the draft to fall to 6. And more likely, it would be Will Levis. That would be the quarterback that would fall to pick 6. And to me, he's probably not a quarterback I would select at 6. So if you have an opportunity to go ahead and say, you know what, I'm going to get something here in return, maybe a 2024 round pick, a high pick, and pick 11, that's called a winning move. That's called what Brad Holmes should do. Bear in mind, though, this trade would have to take place during draft night because you couldn't do this now because the Titans wouldn't. It's not guaranteed that a quarterback would legitimately fall to that selection. You wouldn't know. So it would be a draft day, draft night situation. And I think that this is a legit rumor. I think it's 100% correct. I'm sure they have called up. They've had the parameters set if a player happens, because we've heard what Brad Holmes said before when it comes to trades. They feel it out before the draft, so when the time comes, they already have the parameters set to make a trade, make it really easy, and the move's made. So I'm sure that if a situation arises where there's a player that they would not take the Lions at 6, like a Tyree Wilson or a Will Anderson, that they have a set made, a parameter trade made with the Tennessee Titans to move back. And I think that would be a really good move for the Detroit Lions to do something like that. So, yeah, love this rumor. I like hearing it, and I'm sure there's going to be more rumors for other teams as well coming out, especially now with less than a week away from the NFL draft. You're going to hear cracks, and you're going to hear little tidbits of information that teams have called up with the Lions, or the Lions have called to teams, or, even with the Arizona Cardinals with the Lions. You're going to start hearing these type of situations. So let me know in the comments below. Would you make this trade, or would you make another trade? Would you trade out of pick 6? Y for yes and N for no. Let's go ahead and talk about another thing here, and that is that Brad Holmes talking about Jaylen Carter. Jaylen Carter had a workout. Now, if you have not known, which I'm sure everybody does, that Jaylen Carter red flag, the car accident issue, but then he did the pro day and he couldn't finish the workouts, 9 pounds overweight. So the Lions brought him in for a workout. And Brad Holmes says, yeah, he came in and did a nice job. Holmes says, yeah, again, it was always case by case. He came in, we enjoyed our time with him, he did a nice job. I'll even say after he left our visit, I felt better on him. We talked to teammates the other day. Man, he told us some things we didn't know, Campbell said, that nobody probably would have known. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Pretty good to know. Interesting. So, per Brad Holmes, he did well, and he's comfortable with him after the workout. Is this smoke? Is this BS? Is this legitimate? Is this not? Don't believe anything right now. What Brad Holmes says, because Brad Holmes is got to be able to not speak any truth right now. That is something that must happen. Not speak any truth, just talk. He is not going to come out and say, yeah, he was fantastic. He's so good. We're comfortable taking him at 6. That's it. That would be the most idiotic thing you possibly could do. Because then a team, if we did like him, would say, you know what, we're going to jump up over the lines and get him. So he's going to say what he just said there. So it's saying something without saying anything. So maybe he doesn't even like him, and he says, yeah, we're comfortable with him. And he did well. Maybe he's completely BSing, and they don't want to take him, so a team would jump up. So don't take anything with what he's saying right now with a grain of salt of absolutely nothing. It is time to lie. It is time to BS. Brad Holmes is a poker player. Brad Holmes is not going to tell you anything. That's what we need him to be. The BSer in chief. General manager, BSer. Also came out that Jameson Williams was at the workouts. I don't understand why, and it's starting to become a thing here. I don't know if you guys are noticing this, but why is this even a report? Well, he's came to workouts. It's not like he's a bad player, or he's not some red flag character player. He's not going to come to workouts. Of course he's going to come to workouts. I don't really understand what's going on with Jameson Williams here. It feels like he's starting to get a little too much unwanted media attention. Of course he's going to be at workouts. Why wouldn't he be? It's like writing an article and saying John Kaminsky is at workouts, or another player was at workouts. Of course he's at workouts. I fully expect Jameson Williams to be at workouts. He's been with Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's been doing the off-season stuff. Just last year he was injured. There's nothing you can do about it after having the surgeries and everything. It's just one of those deals. So, I'm not worried about Jameson Williams, folks. I am not worried about his work ethic. Could he be a little bit of a diva? Potentially, but I don't... I'm not worried about this guy. He's a damn good receiver. He was just injured, and there's no chemistry. Remember, DJ Chark, the first half of the year, last year had zero chemistry with Goff. It was bad. It took him half a season to get the chemistry with Goff. It takes some time a little bit. Jameson Williams will get that chemistry. He will work out. It will start to show once they get together. And I don't think he's a red flag guy. I think he'll have a really good season this year. And I don't know, what type of stats he'll have, how well he's going to do. Because, again, it'll probably take a little bit of time to get on that chemistry. But having a training camp, having the workouts, having to be around each other with mini camps, it's only going to get better each time. Once they get familiar with each other, once Goff knows his speed, once Jameson Williams know where the ball is going to be placed, all that stuff. The routes, once he knows the routes down pat. Once you get all that stuff down, it will start to come together and everything will be fine, in my opinion. So I'm not too worried about the Jameson Williams stuff and all of that. I know a lot of people is asking me about, Mike, why didn't you live stream yesterday? I had an extreme migraine. And I don't know what it was, weather change, but I was having a hard time looking at light, and I was like, I'm just not going to do a stream. So I may do a stream on Sunday to make up for it. Maybe we'll do one on Sunday. I used to do that anyways a couple years ago, so maybe I'll do a stream on Sunday. We'll do like an hour stream to make up for it, do some Q&A, have a good time there. Other than that, next week, Thursday, NFL Draft live. I think I'll be streaming on my channel as well. I can combine it with LNU, so you can be on there. You can be on my channel. We'll have a good time. It's going to be epic, folks. We finally know what the line's going to do. With that said, adios.